leads pre, bets flop, checks, and check raises. That'd be the goofiest line.
Sometimes those are the funnest ones to take, though.
Well, it'll definitely make your opponent kind of go, huh?
Yeah.
Which is most of the fun. So I don't see anybody bring up any questions yet for our players. Feel free to let them stream through here. Let's ask them some fun questions tonight.
Cooch coming in for the raise with 10-4 suited.
I think it's the second time tonight the 10-4 suited, that exact suit, has played a hand like that. Say there's Suited Dan. Suited Dan's in the chat now.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's a man of many talents. It's like Matt's turn with Ace Jack.
It's always nice to raise with 10-4 and flop top pair.
Good buddy. That's a good one, Bubbles. I like that. It's a very nice, broad question to ask everybody.
That hand where Cooch made the flush and checked the river, would he have gotten paid off on the river against Chris?
I don't remember.
Yeah, he made the flush and it went check, check.
I don't think Rick had or Chris had a super strong hand, but I think it was decent. And we were kind of watching, going, "What?" That was like his first or second hand at the table, and I was like,
Yeah.
"That didn't seem all that right." Look at that. There's our names. Oh, then they're gone.
They were up there for a while.
They were there. I was staring at the ceiling. And they're back. There's our Twitter handles, guys. Paul Boston is at Mostly Harmless, and I am at T.1512. I did get 2 new followers tonight, so thank you guys. To Bandit and a guy that wishes not to be named. I dare you guys all to follow Cream Pie right now. Every one of you. Follow at Mostly Harmless.
Well, I will tell you this. You will be bored.
No, because every day you'll take a picture of a new Boston cream pie.
Cream pie. A new cream pie. Just haven't had the big monster pots tonight.
Well, that's what I'm not sure it was with you or with Dan. We've had so many nights where it's like trips versus trips, or top or over pairs versus sets, like just crazy stuff. Well, tonight's almost like junk versus junk. Like we've had our highs, and this is one of those nights. It's kind of like our lows.
I think we got spoiled with all the action we had in some of them games.
15 now. $55 now.
Wow. That's a big raise.
15.55. Does Rick actually have something to think about here? Not getting his hand.
They haven't folded Darren yet, that's why. His won't show up till Darren's is gone.
Get Darren out of there. It's no wonder you guys think that Rick has ended lives. Look at that face. I remember when I first started playing with Rick, his physical nature is just intimidating. Dude, it looks like he must have had something really close. Because he's really kind of wincing there.
9s, 10s.
Probably, something like that. Maybe some sort of weird, 9-10 suited, something goofy like that.
And we have a straddle on. Ooh, Mark put the straddle on. Cooch.
Yeah, I think, Cooch is here every week. He's kind of always in the background. He's the one in charge of getting the players checked in and all that good stuff. I think he just gets tired of watching every week.
Oh yeah, he's been chomping at the bit.
You know, we had the benefit of sitting back here, so we actually kind of feel like we're in the game, where he just sits, like he just has to sit there and just watch for 4 hours. So he's actually probably thrilled.
Yeah, he's been chomping at the bit. Oh wow.
That's why.
That's always nice.
Cooch.
Flop Broadway.
Cooch. I mean, he's a little unlucky the fact that no one has an ace right now or anything super strong. Big breath. Yep, I have a straight.
45.
Who bet 45?
Oh, the pre-flop. Oh no. Oh yeah, that was David. He did raise pre-flop. That's right.
That's a hefty 45 into what? It's like 48, something like that.
Nice smooth call.
Yep. Usually, like we talked about before, like playing fast. But I think in this spot, your hand is somewhat disguised. Actually, David has a draw to the wheel.
Let's see if he tries to rep it again.
I feel like he might. So he bet pot last time. Let's see how big this one is.
Well, he's only got 90. Oh wait, he rebought. He's got more. I forgot to add him back in. He's got another 200.
He said 75.
75.
Yep, I read lips. No. But at the same time, I get it. I mean,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I get it. Like, obviously, I can see David has the 5 high.
Yeah.
I think I can hear him breathing back here. Like,
I know what Mark's thinking here. You don't want him to have ace queen, you know what I mean, and hit a queen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just think he just assumes David's way. I mean, obviously,
right.
A pair of threes is way stronger than David actually is. But I think he just assumes that, like, he hopes. I mean, David was a pre-flop raiser. He could have ace king, could have ace queen, could even have like a set of kings, queens, aces, anything in his hands really. So he's just hoping, begging, pleading that he has any of those super strong hands, but he's just actually unlucky that he doesn't.
Yeah, after he makes that turn bet, you almost always put him on a pretty big hand.
Nice shot at Cooch.
He got his wish. He's in there stacking chips.
Yep. He did get a little unlucky. He played in our 2-5 game for a little while. Yeah, he played on our 2-5 game for a little bit and actually went broke with 2 pair versus a flush. So trying to redeem himself. The money on that David showed wasn't correct. I think he actually had another like
200
or so.
I was running the chips and
so he didn't actually have $18. He actually had 218.
I forgot he stepped back and reloaded.
Option. There. 4 players.
I feel like people are kind of like being rough on Cooch right now, saying, "How do you raise there?"
Okay.
But if we can see the cards and we see that David has top set, well, aren't you rooting for him to raise at that point?
Yeah, I mean, he raised pre-flop, bet the flop, bet the turn.
You gotta assume,
Yeah, you're hoping he's got a big hand.
He's pretty polarized, right? So either he has like the good goods, or he has the 4-5. So I mean, you just hope that he's not goofing around, and you raise. Try to get stacks in.
Cooch with the second pair here.
11.
And lets it go.
Almost did. That hesitation almost worked.
Do you know who Billy Bobby is?
No.
God, someone please tell me. He's just been in the chat all night, and he says that everyone knows him. I see we got Knit Romney in the house as well. I do know who that is. Assuming it's the same person I used to know. The RFID system did not goof up. It just, we had to manually put in all the numbers, and when David reloaded, we forgot to add the amount to his stack.
Yeah, it was me that goofed up.
10 now.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to fall on the sword.
Oh, it was me. I'll admit it.
Oh.
Cooch coming in 3-4 suited.
I just hear Coach and it puts a smile on my face.
3 players. Smart.
Well, no one flips a straight this hand, so it's kind of boring.
And kind of a tough spot for 8s there, too.
These kids from Chicago, it keeps blowing my mind.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know, like, there's people out there, like, hanging out with us, watching, but the fact that, like, there's, like, some dude in Chicago, and I know you guys are all over the place, but, like, I still feel like when we first started, this was, like, a thing to do for us and our friends. And the fact that people are all over the world hanging out with us, and now we have a guy
Coming in from Chicago.
guy coming in to sit at our table. It just blows my mind. I'm seriously going to sleep with a smile on my face tonight.
In a 1-2 game.
Right. You know? I don't think he would care. I think he would have came and played 5 cent, 10 cent just to come hang out and be on the show. I think it's super awesome.
He was so excited just to be here. Like I said, his parents live in Akron. He happened to be in town.
That's really cool. That's one of those stories I tell my mom. She goes, "Oh my gosh, that's so great. I can't believe you guys are just getting so popular, you know?"
5 players.
Everybody's at a flop.
And let's see, Rick, right?
Bottom pair for Rick is good right now.
Now 2 pair for Rick. Brandon with straight draw. Dave with a straight draw.
12.
Cooch with a flush draw.
Oh,
T-Bird for a 3 draw. It's not T-Bird, it's T-Bor.
12.
I thought he pulled out raisin chips there.
Maybe some Raisinets. Well, I was trying to think of the most painful river card. I guess the 7 would have been just about it. But that would have been a 4-card straight and kind of boring.
Check.
What is going on with Rick tonight? I think Rick is kind of zigged when he should be zagging, and zagging when he should be zigging tonight.
Well, there is a 4-card straight there. It went check
Oh,
on the flop and not a big bet on the turn.
I guess I almost missed that. By almost, I mean I did. I guess he kind of knows. He kind of knows Cooch's game.
I wonder how much Cooch plays with him up at the shoe.
Does Cooch go up very often? I know he plays. I know he plays a lot of home games. I didn't know how often he went up to the.
He used to go up quite a bit. I'm not sure if he still does.
I remember that for a while. Cooch was going up there and like playing for like 2 hours, banking like $500 and just being like, "Deuces, I'm out of here."
Yeah, I walked up in there one night and he had about 3 racks
Good for him.
at the window. That's what he said. He said, "I've only been here a couple hours, but I'm going home."
I mean, if you can make 15 hundo, just then head out.
I like the discipline to leave, though.
Yeah, someone teach us that, please.
What's fresh?
Look, Matt knows. Everyone's like, "What's Crush Life Poker?" Matt knows. He knows about Bart.
Yeah, that's how he first checked it out.
Yeah, Cooch loves cream pie. They're the best of friends. They go everywhere together. This stinking peanut butter cup has been staring me down for like the last 2 hours.
Oh, Darren's was out there for about an hour straight trying to talk Rick into eating one. Come on, just take one bite.
Yeah, but can he play midnight baseball?
Rick said it's bathing suit season and he needs to get in shape.
That's what I always tell people. Like, do you want something? Like, oh, it's bathing suit season. I can't remember last time I went swimming.
Looks like it checked all the way around.
I think Rick should just always just wait to turn. He's always just like, you know what? I'm best on turn.
Darren's going to bet the double belly buster.
I've had that breakfast before. The old belly buster. And it did not disappoint.
Check. 10 doors.
And the 10 is good.
In $44 heads Rick's direction. You guys got any more questions for our remaining players? Do you want to ask Chris what it was like kissing Heath Ledger?
Nice. My night is complete.
Rick, after a slow start, steadily chipped up here.
Oh, behave. Yeah.
That was for Wigmaster. I thought it fit accordingly.
Cooch with the ace jack.
10.
He's up 237 already. Not a bad 20 minutes.
No. It's definitely something you can put in your journal tonight
Pretty good hourly rate.
and reflect on and be really happy.
Heads up.
Cooch has the best hand.
So it says all in, but he is not all in. I'm sure you guys have figured that out by now.
Not sure if he's got plans here or be floating him there. Mark, not sure what happened there.
Check.
Just check, check.
Yeah, Cooch isn't really the guy to get thin value. So when he has like third pair, he's not really too thrilled.
He's Mommy's little boy.
Yeah, his mommy does love him. Toby's been a little quiet tonight.
Just wasn't sure there what, who is it, David?
Yeah.
I'd like to know what he was thinking there. You float that flop bet.
And then you just don't try to win it any other way? Yeah, that's
Yeah, the
not
heart
really.
gets there. A straight card gets there.
Five to go live. Strap. Mark your mark.
Cooch with another big hand.
10 now.
A big hand for Cooch.
Min raise on the straddle.
I don't think I like that much.
35 now.
I do like that though.
well, Cooch was chastising himself because he said straddle 3 times and Cooch didn't pay any attention.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was very normal for him.
No.
So now that we know that Cooch meant to raise more, is he going to 4-bet?
He's looking at his stack. Reaching in his stack. Counting chips.
He's going for the rarely used double chip card protector.
And just calls.
He is out of position.
You're almost there, buddy. You can do it. I think I can.
A little engine that could.
With some encouragement from Jerry, all the money ends up getting in the middle.
I marked the red ones are 5.
Cooch getting a little ribbing from Jerry the dealer. Thanks for the follow, Chris. Sounds like this is your first time tuning in, so appreciate you hanging out. Same to you, Big J. Is that 55?
You say, looked like a pretty big bet.
So I have kind of noticed it seems like people, when they're, let's use the air quotes, bluffing, they have been betting more. So when people go back and watch this, you know, like even the 4 or 5 example, no,
Right.
Dave was betting pot. Like, do you think he's betting pot with 2 pair, top pair sets, anything like that? Probably not. He's probably looking for, you know, to get value. So people are, it seems like they are betting more because they actually literally are trying to scare you out of the pot. So something to look for when you're faced with those kind of decisions at the table. I think David's probably gonna play his hand. He just calls. Nope, made it $10. Much better.
David hasn't done very well tonight, but I've liked several of his raises.
Yeah, he was doing okay early on, and then I think he's got kind of caught up in some kind of funky spots. They went check, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Now Darren says, well, if you're not going to bet, I'm going to.
May even have went check on the turn, too. I can't tell.
No, I think Darren bet.
Okay.
I think Darren bet 15. That's what it was.
And then bet 40.
Weird. So is David just calling turn for the hope
Straight
for a
draw?
queen, 10, or a jack? Little dicey. Looks like we got about 30 more minutes or so. Keep them questions rolling in. We will do our best to answer as many of them as we can at the end of the show. If anyone of you want to come massage my back, I'm also open to that in the very near future.
I believe next Tuesday's game is going to also be a 1-2 no limit game again. Which in our area is the most common game played.
Yeah. Maybe somewhere down the line we will have a bigger game. Maybe some notable poker stars. Something we've kicked around the idea of. That's probably down the line a little
I
further.
was going to say, getting them to Akron, Ohio is the hard part on that.
Come on, Mark.
Maybe it was during the NBA Finals. Maybe someone will be in town for
That would be neat.
for our Cleveland Cavaliers. It's a short drive down I-77.
What, about 30, 40 minutes? About 40 minutes, probably.
Yeah. When you drive 35. I drive 44.
Matt with pretty good flop here.
This is why he came all the way from Chicago for flops like this.
But you'd wish somebody had a little more here, though. It's always a lot of fun when you flop big like that.
It was 8 to me, so I put 8 in.
It's your small blind.
Oh, how about this here?
It was 8 to you.
It's like Bart's tossed around the idea of coming and playing on our very fancy RFID table.
Wow, that'd be a lot of fun.
You gonna bring Rim Dog with you, Bart?
I double count your money on the cash out.
Be awesome to meet you guys both in person. That'd be super fun.
Here you go.
As has been the trend for several weeks. The last hour just seems to really slow down.
Yep. Bart, if we played PLO 8, my co-commentator would probably take out a loan to come play on the table with you, because that's his favorite game.
It is my favorite game. I don't know if I want to play against Bart, though.
It's okay. Bart's a fish. Everybody knows that, right?
Min raised that.
Wink, wink, nod, nod, joke, joke. We all know otherwise.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more.
Yeah, PLO 8 would be sick. I think I would actually want to get in that game.
My horse.
That was my game of choice when I played on the internet.
Rick with the Dempsey.
15 is the best.
Talk about zigging and it should be zagging. I mean, Darren did work it out earlier, but he just finds himself with some funky spots. Oh, now that'd be nice. You show me?
I've got absolutely nothing and no draw, but will you show me? And he shows him that he had nothing and no draw. Just show him the ace. Yeah, there you go.
Aw, how nice.
Shit. Somebody could do that with ace 9.
Now he's getting critiqued by Paul Moskowitz out there running the chip count.
Oh, brother. Here we go. I guess this is the last time we'll be on air before Mr. Moskowitz goes and plays his $1,500 event up at the Horseshoe.
Weekend.
There's a shot of old Paul Moskowitz. There he is. Does he know? Does he know he's on air?
I don't think so. Paul,
yeah, go ahead.
Paul won a seat to the $1,500 quarterly event at Horseshoe Casino, and he'll be playing Friday, at least Friday.
Yeah, probably the whole way. I mean, is that basically a face that ever bluffs? Probably not.
He does a lot more now than he used to.
He's learning. He's learning from our shows. Yeah, that tournament is a $200K guaranteed, so super excited for Cleveland for putting that on. I know all the locals, all the regs will be super excited to go play that.
They're expecting a lot of out-of-towners for that, too.
5 players.
Can't wait to see how many people they draw for that.
Check. 10.
No ladies for anybody. I kind of feel weird that Chris hasn't really been involved for quite a while. He seemed kind of the kind of guy that didn't really wait for hands, I guess you could say, but kind of does his own thing. But who am I? I mean, I can't really chastise the guy for playing more. I mean, the guy buys in for 500, runs it up to a G, and just says deuces. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
$500 later.
Yeah, that's not always a bad thing. You booked a nice win. You're only going to be playing another, 30, 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
No reason to get out of line and lose it.
Another one for our Chicago friend Matt.
I'd love to play. That would be awesome.
I think we should have one of our poop truck nights again, where we play mixed games, or games they've basically made up themselves.
That's pretty much most of what they play.
That's super fun. Would you guys be interested, fellow chat roomers, in a night where we play mixed games? Still, I mean, they're gonna be like variations of Holdem and Omaha, but it gets pretty goofy.
Yeah, they do a lot of double boards and use all 4 cards and split pots, and not high-low split pots. Splitting by the suit of a card. And
He called like 200. He goes, I've got nothing.
We want him to do that.
and the way they play it, pot limit, it gets some ridiculous pots going.
Definitely. They're actually talking about, they're on the table, they're talking about our Omaha night, and you're talking about Mickey. If you guys haven't watched our Omaha night, go back and watch it, because it was, as I say, a barrel of fun. We had this guy named Mickey just shoved in like 200 plus with literally no pair, no draw. And well, I guess he had a pair. Yeah, he had a backdoor draw. So like it came runner for him to scoop this huge pot, and it was so sick.
Yeah, he called 200 and something on the flop with pocket 7s in his hand. It went runner 7.
Oh, I forgot about that hand. That hand's also super gross.
Yeah. He did that a few times. He did like to mix it up.
That's up.
See if Cooch C-bet's here. 12, 13.
Oh, misclick.
13.
Let's see if Chris gets frisky here.
We've seen him do this a couple times tonight, where he's re-raised when he thought they.
I think it's gonna be delayed re-raise. I have a feeling like he's definitely gonna see what Cooch does in a turn. And if Cooch shows any sign of weakness, I think Chris is gonna pounce all over it.
Usually right here, Cooch shuts down. Once he gets called.
That Cooch gets a little clammed up. $30? Yep. That's what it felt like. Another thing I noticed, Chris is really good at knowing the exact pot size, or relatively close. So his bet sizing is always pretty spot on. There's Chris getting back at it. All you had to do is talk about him a little bit, and there he is.
Yep.
Scooping another one.
And another nice play, too.
The Cooch has more showdown value than you think. He's next on the main stage. I think Darren should have brought enough booze for everybody. I think our game would be a little more jovial at this point.
I saw Darren's stash of booze. I think it was enough for everybody.
I think people in the chat that know Darren will probably know that that's probably just enough for himself.
9. Call.
I'm really surprised the guys that are stuck here are not really splashing around a lot more here with only 20 minutes to go.
I mean, assuming they're aware. I mean, we have enough guys that have been at the table enough times that I'm sure they're talking about it, and I think we all notify them ahead of time, like, this is what we do. This is when we start, when we end.
Darren with bottom pair, and Rick was a pre-flop raiser.
17.
Blunt step, I dare you to donate $500 to B Million, even though the earthquake victims would probably benefit way more than he would.
Darren makes the call with bottom pair. And picks up a flush draw to Rick's wheel.
Now we get a little bit of sickness.
6 high.
Now we get a little sickness going on. So Darren's used to playing Omaha stuff, so he's used to them kind of draw games. This is probably his, oh, he says, "Will you show?" And he goes, "I don't think so." My mom just texted me and said she was watching for a while tonight. Isn't she cute?
Good thing I did not want to make a play right there.
Well, maybe it was a good thing. If you hit your draw.
Mm-hmm. So I didn't get to see that chip count very long, but so I think David's probably the most stuck. But I think, did Rick add on? Did you see that at any point?
I did not notice him add on.
Don said he thinks he added on, but I never saw it. That sounds like really bad English. So not really sure. Tell you what, new followers tonight, tons of them.
Yeah, it looks like it.
You guys are awesome.
Wish I could see him across the room here.
Yeah, this the font for us is kind of hard. This looks like it said LCG Gizmo or something like that. Are you a fan of what's
Gotta
that?
see if we can get a color in there so it shows up better against that background.
Yeah, something like that. I want Craig and Bluntstep to get together and just be best friends for life.
Oh, wow. Oh, Rick just called. I thought he might re-raise it there. He's done that a few times.
Especially in the straddle.
Yeah.
He'll probably just make a deuce, though. He goes, I don't need pairs. Brandon's also been pretty quiet for a while.
21.
It's only went into 48. Seems okay to me.
Chris makes the call.
Chris is getting a little sticky icky.
Let's see. Does that entice Rick to make the call here? Nope, he's gonna let it go.
Yeah, I think Rick is a pretty aware. I think Brand's a pretty good player as well. But I think he knows that Chris is a really good player. So if Chris is coming along, I think he knows his ace queen's probably pretty much dead meat.
Wondering if Chris is doing this again to see what he does on the turn. See if he can take it away from somebody again.
Here we go. The door is open.
55.
See, this is where Chris is so nasty. Like, he doesn't overbet it. He bets about the same he's been betting the entire game with or without it. Problem is, Brandon's hand's just a little too strong. At least to fold right now. Dun 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 dun.
Very interesting.
I assume Brandon's going to check call here, assuming that Chris bets if Brandon checks. Straight statue mode. There it is. $130.
35.
God, that's a tough call.
He did make the tough call on the turn as well. I mean, does Chris really have pocket sevens here? Deuces probably not. How many jacks does he have in his range to flat flop? Chris has definitely put old Brandon in the cage here. The hard swallow. The grinding of the teeth. Brandon's not in his happy spot right now. Ooh, he's holding like he's folding. He's holding like he's folding.
There it goes.
The operation was a complete success.
I think Chris is gonna be pretty proud of that one, especially when he goes back and watches it. I think Chris went like about an hour without even like playing a hand. So you do have to respect the fact that he's not like he's not Rick, you know, he's not all over the place. So I don't think that wasn't an easy call, but with eights, I just don't think that the Brandon really defined his hand all that much, which allowed Chris to basically double barrel bluff, turn river, and Brandon kind of put himself in that spot. By checking turn, if he check raises, I think he gets the job done. Well, obviously I know he gets the job done unless Chris is a complete sicko and shoves in his face or something like that. But by relinquishing the power in the hand, it just kicked the door wide open for Chris, and he got himself put in a really tough situation.
I just wonder how it would have played out if he'd have let out on the turn. He had control of the pot. I don't know. Just would have been
There's all the
would have been
aces.
interesting.
This can't be good. 11.
Call.
I think we're chopping.
But you are not chopping.
Yeah.
T-Bar
Tibor goes, I hope we're chopping.
exactly. Do you get pocket fives as well?
All right, we got about 10 more minutes left tonight.
This is your warning. Get your questions in. I suppose you could probably ask about that hand, huh? Ask about the pocket eights.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
What was going through Brandon's mind?
What Chris's thought process was on it, too, would be interesting.
I'm not so sure Chris would be as willing to talk about the bluff versus the guy that actually folded the real hand. But we'll ask him. We'll see what they think. Chris might just plead the fifth. Who knows?
Five players. Change them. Check.
Well, Brandon flops a set, and Tibor has a open ender.
11.
People like the 11 bet, don't they? I think it's been
Seems
really
tight.
common tonight.
Call.
Tibor just calls.
Heads up.
Oh, brother.
Bink.
Someone ring. Who's got the bink bell? Who's a Jay Carver sub? Hit it for me now.
16.
How much does T-Bar make it?
I'm not sure.
40-ish?
I know that one time earlier he made quite a big raise with aces. 35.
Ooh, a little smallish. There it is. What's up, Johnny? Thanks for the bink bell. And I think if you're Brandon here, no reason to re-raise.
Nah. But you definitely have to call that.
You just have to cross your fingers at this rate. Brandon's gonna check here, I imagine.
Check.
And we'll see how much T-Bor bets.
How much do you think he can call here?
55.
I think that's a good bet to get called.
That is actually
55.
really good. Brandon's just gotta be thinking, why did I show up tonight? You know, I ended up fooling pocket H, which very well could have been the best hand. Now I flop a set 2 hands later, and this dude, who hasn't really been doing anything all night, is betting into me.
And T-Bor gets paid off.
Sure does.
And you always got to show your set. It got to be.
Cause it stings. It stings like when you have like a like a paper cut and you're cutting lemons and you're just like, ugh. It hurts so much. Uh-oh. I see a familiar name in the chat room, and his name is Chow.
Ryan Postic still in there?
I haven't seen him in a while. I think it's past his bedtime.
Yeah, we're going to the shoe tomorrow morning.
Well, good for you guys. That should be fun. Let me know if anybody asks about me.
I will.
Big blind now.
Were there 3 spades on the
No. Big blind.
Well, actually, I don't know if Ryan's going or not. Me and Dan are definitely going.
Who's got one? You got 2, Chris, or 1? You got 1?
I need board there and there.
There we go.
All right, now we're good.
That was almost. You gotta put the lemons in your stuff. Cocktails and whatnot. Limes, I guess, have been a little bit more appropriate. Crimson Coaster. Crimson Coast. Red Sky at Night. Sailor's Delight. Is that how that goes?
Yes, it is.
3 players.
I'm reading for the 4-5. I'm sorry, guys. Poor guy's just getting his balls kicked in. He needs to have something. Sub button is coming soon. Thank you, Johnny. See, I don't even have to answer anybody anymore. This chat just pretty much just nails it. Check around, huh?
Check.
Yeah, one checked around. Let's see what happens here.
That's what tends to happen. Rick getting stingy with his 6.
Little confusing. He doesn't want to bet his bottom pair, but he's willing to call 20 on it.
$40.
40 into 70.
I dig it. I mean, Matt has to go home with like 1 bluff under his belt, right? That's like a what, 7.5, 8 hour drive? Oh, Rick he's such a stubborn bastard. He hates losing and folding. There it is.
Wow.
Hey, at least Matt can go back to Chicago with his head held high.
He made a good effort at it.
He gave it an honest try. Chow, if we pay your expenses, what do we get out of it? If I could make a Spanish accent, I think this would be perfect. If I could do whatever Chow's talking about.
Right.
All right, we've only got a few more minutes left in the night. Don't forget to stick around for the post-game interviews.
Hosted by the one, the only, Suited Dan Crafton. Are those tacos or just some sort of like waffle sausage egg situations from like Taco Bell? Tacos sound so good right now. Maybe I'll pass up on Sheets and go Taco Bell. Who knows?
There's one about 2 minutes from here.
Check. Check. Check.
Brandon with pocket eights again. We know how that worked out last time.
Tibor with 10s, and Darren has flop.
Darren sneakily
Top
gets
pair.
in there.
He comes in for that $10 raise with the king 6 off. And takes it down.
Are there any all-night diners around here? Stack of pancakes sounds okay.
Yeah, there's one down on Market Street.
Who's in? Who's coming with me?
The lamppost.
Who? Okay. Who wants a short stack?
Got Pez or anything?
It's less than 5 minutes from here.
What's
Got
all?
one sweet in the pot. You got anything?
This, everybody, will in fact be our last hand. This is your last chance to send in some questions for our players tonight, and our friend Suited Dan will be asking them in a few moments.
Two. 10.
I feel you gotta fight for your right in the last hand. You just gotta let it go. Just go to town. Is this last hand? Should I keep my hand then? See a lot of new followers streaming in. Thank you guys so much.
Don't forget, we're here every Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time.
I think a car without a muffler just drove by, and I seriously thought it was my stomach growling. I was really confused.
16.
Cooch with the best of it.
And bets it.
Ooh, is he gonna get the Pez as well? Wow, he wins his last hand and rocks the new Pez. Looks like Hulk or something. Dude, Kingsley Jr. or King Slayer out here is just rocking the emotes.
Coming.
Cooch winning about 200 tonight.
Good for
In
Cooch.
in an hour or less than an hour.
Well, I think we had some good play tonight. I think it's a little different. I think that was kind of dependent on the fact that we didn't have our super monster hands like we're used to. I think a lot of other weeks we've had just so much crazy stuff happening. Tonight was a little more subdued. People kind of picked their spots. I think Chris played phenomenally. I think Brandon got a little unlucky. Rick kind of played every hand, and everyone else kind of shook out where they belong.
Yeah, it was pretty much what your normal typical 1-2 game is at the casino.
Yeah, I think the night we had our 2-5 game was played so far above like that level that we got a slightly spoiled. But I think this is great. I think it's a great learning night for our fans and our viewers out there, because this is what you're gonna face. People aren't getting super crazy, super out of line. They are basically playing their hands as they're dealt, and you just have to figure out how to do that.
All right. Well, anything else?
I think I've pretty much talked enough. I'm sure everyone's probably sick of me by now.
All right. Well, let's send it out to Suited Dan. And are you going out there with him?
Yeah, let's go have a chat. Let's go see what's going
All
on
right.
out there.
We'll
But
send it out to them for the post-game interviews.
next week, Tuesday, 7 o'clock, we will be here. Hopefully you are where you're at. And have a great night, guys, and see you next week.
All right. We'll see you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our post-game show. We're hanging out here with the players. Just got a couple questions from some of our Twitch audience fans tonight that we'd like to ask. Matt, if you come over here and join me just a quick second. Matt, we're going to introduce here. He came all the way from Chicago to hang out with Poker on Air tonight and to play poker with us. So, Matt, I know, like, here's your story that you found us one day searching on Twitch and you saw Bart Hansen, that he was associated with us or was doing one of our broadcasts with us. So now that you've actually seen the studio and you've been here and played on the table, give us some of your thoughts.
It was an awesome experience. I wish Bart was commentating because I'm a big fan, but I'm looking forward to watching the replay on YouTube. And I still don't know how this guy made that call against me at the end, but it was all good. It was a lot of fun. It was worth coming out here for, and I hope to be back soon. I travel to the area often, so I look to be back soon.
Awesome, Matt. Thanks for coming out. We actually we appreciate you being out here. Other than this show, do you watch any other poker shows on Twitch streams? That's asked by Johnny Ace X in our chat room.
I watch some Jay Carver, and I think that's about it. I haven't found too many shows that I like yet, so hopefully more shows like this will pop up, or I'll just keep watching your show, one of the two.
All right, Matt. Thanks a lot. Okay, we have Blunt Step TV has a question for Rick. And Rick, this is kind of a two-part question, and I'm kind of afraid to ask part of it. But his first question to you is, what is your game plan on when you show cards to players? What thought process, and when do you show, and why do you show?
I don't really have a super defined game plan as it comes to a 1-2 game. I really play super loose. I play a lot of cards, and I play so many hands. I really, when I show cards, it just sometimes it's just a show that I catch a hand. So it's really not a game plan at all.
And the follow-up question is: his parents made a trip to Ohio, and he hasn't heard from them yet. And any comments?
What part of Ohio?
All right, for legal reasons, I think we'll move on. So 3J55 asked, and we have a couple tattooed people here, so I'm gonna move on to this end of the table because Rick's making me nervous. 3J55 said tonight in the chat room, they said, I'm thinking of going semi-pro or pro and getting into the poker circuit. Do I need a tattoo to look intimidating at the table?
No, you don't, because obviously look at my chip stack, and it doesn't work out too well for me.
I think this is one of your first nights here at Poker on Air too. Why don't you give us some of your initial thoughts on what you think of the setup we got here and the players that you played against tonight?
Actually, I enjoyed it. I didn't know how it was gonna be you watch on Twitch or YouTube, whatever. It looks professionally done. I didn't know if I was gonna come here and be kind of hokey. I didn't know what the personality was gonna be like. But honestly, about 10 minutes in, you really forget about cameras, commentating, and you just wouldn't know any better if you thought you were at the shoe playing.
Awesome. We're glad to have you. We hope you can come back and join us again. All right, let's move over to Darren. Darren, we have a question from Bubbles314. Now, this wasn't directed towards you in general. This is just directed towards all the players. I'm just trying to get the microphone around. But Bubbles314 asks, does playing poker on a live stream like Poker on Air broadcast change your play style, knowing that people you play against in home games at casinos are watching your play style? Do you change anything up here, or is this just your game?
Well, first of all, let me throw out a disclaimer. I do not know a Bubbles 314. And no, not really. There's some times that you play a little tight and you loosen up your game. I didn't really get a lot of cards, and I know that I may have bluffed maybe 4 or 5 hands all the way through the river. So, no, whether you're playing on this camera after you've been here 4 or 5 times or playing at the Horseshoe off camera, it didn't really affect my play at all. It did the first time, but as the broadcast kept coming, no, it doesn't really change up the play at all.
Awesome. Thanks, Darren. Chris, this question was actually asked directly to you. Now, this question is going to be odd. Here, let me throw this down here. Everyone else has to close their ears when I ask this question, because Chris, this was actually asked to you. I can't remember who it was. I didn't jot it down, but they want to know who you think is the biggest fish at the table.
Great. Me. I'm probably the biggest fish at the table. I think that's the safest answer.
I like this guy. Very political, very correct. Now, what, he may tweet out an answer later on or something, so if you follow him on Twitter, I don't know.
He told me Darren back there.
Chris, another quick question for you. I know that you've been here a couple times now. Give me your thoughts about Poker on Air and the broadcast that we're doing and what we're trying to do for poker and how you feel it fits into your life and in your game.
It's a lot of fun. I enjoy being, I guess, a regular on it since I've been on the past 3 weeks.
everything's done pretty professionally, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty fun. I like that they do a different game every week also.
Cool. We're glad to have you, Chris, as part of our show, and appreciate you coming back. Cooch, I need you to come here. I got a question for you. If you want to join me back here, I'm going to ask the question. This came from Darkening a Mole. Said, on that one hand, when you checked trip sixes on the river, why did you check that hand, and where did you think your opponent was?
Well, to be honest, it was the first hand when I sat down, and as the action was going on early, I had been talking to Maverick here, and I kind of got lost in the hand of how Chris had played the hand. And when the second six came on the flop or the turn, and he let out, I'm worried he had a better six than me. And I don't know if there was do you remember if there was a flush draw too? A backdoor flush draw. I was just, since it was the very first hand and I've been getting felted here pretty regularly, I thought I'd play it a little cautious. And I considered betting about a little less than half the pot, but I don't know if he didn't have a strong hand, or I didn't want him coming over the top because I was auto folding if he did.
All right, I'm working my way over there. Hang on, a couple more questions, and then we're going to sign off our broadcast this week. We want to thank all of our fans. Sorry, you're going to have to follow me around in the camera here. Small room, small room. All right, one of our new players that has joined us this week. I'm sorry. Give me your name again. I'm totally going to forget. David. And this is your first time here this week, right? All right, so give us your impressions, David. Some of these yahoos have been here forever, and some of these yahoos have played. We got guys from Chicago. So, I mean, what we're trying to do for poker is as a goal, what Poker Art Air is trying to do is bring live poker action to people who can watch it. They can learn from it. They can see and meet players that are going to be typical players that they're going to find when they go to a casino and play 1-2-2-5 games. So tell me your thoughts about your experience with Poker on Air and how you think it can help benefit poker.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. I found out about it because of one of Bart Hansen's podcasts, and when he mentioned it was in Akron, I'm from Cleveland, and I thought, well, maybe I'll get on it. I don't know. So I emailed you guys last week and got on it. I think it's great. I really like being able to watch sort of the regular 1-2-2-5 games instead of just watching all the pros on TV to see how it goes. I think I'm a good candidate for the fish question right now with my stack. But I mean, I'm looking forward to also watching the replay of how I looked playing certain hands. I mean, I think I played a pretty high variant game, to say the least, today, and I felt like I was in spots where I could represent bigger hands than I had, and I think probably didn't keep track of maybe my image, as Bart Hansen would tell me. So,
outside of this environment, just a general question that came up from our chat room is, how often do you play poker in a week? Outside of like an environment of this, it could be home game, could be casino. How often do you find yourself in a poker game?
Well, I'm relatively new to the game. I mean, I first started playing just 2.5 years ago, but I try to get over to the Horseshoe, I don't know, hopefully 3 times a week or something. So I'm kind of, in the midst of the big learning curve and just trying to play as much as I can, listen to Bart's stuff. So maybe 3 times a week if I'm not too busy with my regular job.
Awesome, David. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate you coming out with us and hanging out with us tonight. We hope to have you back. We'll just swing this around the room because let's get that question around. How often do you guys play poker a week, let's say?
Once every other week, maybe, not every week.
A few times a week, just on weekends.
2 times, maybe 3.
About 3 times a week? Thanks, Tibor, for coming out. We appreciate it.
I actually showed up because I thought this was a tetherball tournament, and then realized we're playing a 1-2 game. So I play about once every 2 weeks.
I probably play live once or twice a week, and I still play online probably every day for playing money.
I'm probably hitting the tables probably about roughly 4 times a month, involved with a bigger home game out around this area. But usually I make it to the hopefully Horseshoe at least once or twice a month. I try to at least.
All right, folks. I think that's going to be the tail end of our broadcast tonight. Hang on, we're getting the camera to swing over this way, slowly but surely. We do want to remind you that we're here broadcasting on twitch.tv/pokeronair every Tuesday night from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. We mentioned Bart Hansen tonight, Crush Live Poker. For anyone that wants to get a free month subscription to Bart Hansen's site, just go to pokeronair.com. We have a link and a coupon code that you can use from our site to get you on Crush Live Poker. It auto-populates the coupon code. So if you'd like a free month of training from Bart Hansen, one of the greatest poker players that I know, he's been a great partnership with us. He's been a great friend to Poker on Air, and we definitely want to get you to know about his site and learn from him, from one of the best in poker. So please check out his site. You're going to get a month free on Bart, and we're so thankful to have him as a partner with Poker on Air. So we're going to call it a night. We want to thank all of our players. We appreciate you guys coming out, because if it weren't for you guys, we wouldn't have players for a show. If it weren't for viewers like you guys, we wouldn't have a reason to do this show. So we'll see you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can watch this replay broadcast or any of other broadcasts from PokerOnAir.com. We'll see you next Tuesday. I'm Suda Dan, and for Trevor and for Paul Boston, we'll see you next week.
If you and your friends would like to play at the Poker on Air Penthouse Studio and have your game broadcast to the world, just give us a call. Your friends or league can rent our studio and play on our brand new custom-built RFID poker table, while we capture all the fun and action using 7 high-definition cameras and our live stream studio switcher. Play live while our commentators call all the action and bring your game to life. So if it's your league's final game of the season, or you and some friends just want to have fun, the Poker on Air studio is available to you. We can even take our show on the road and broadcast live from your event or casino. The graphics and sponsors on this custom traveling table can be changed to meet the needs of your event. Even better, if you would like a custom RFID table built for you or your venue, or would like to become a Poker on Air Broadcast City franchise, we can help you with that request as well. For more information, just give us a call at the number on your screen or email us at producer@pokeronair.com. Poker on Air, let's deal you in.